Henry Mintzberg, Managing. Get ready to dispel myths and penetrate the complex inner workings of management as we explore Henry Mintzberg's insightful book, Managing. Through this summary, you will unveil the craft behind this intricate practice and debunk 3 common myths that misrepresent management skills. Let's dig into the reality of managerial life by shedding light on the diversity, pace, and dynamic equipoise required for today's managers. Mintzberg will guide you along the information, people, and action planes of management, exploring skills and competencies required for success. Groundbreaking observations and advice await you, illustrating the adaptability and mastery needed to thrive in the changing world of management.
The practice of management. Managers often start their jobs with no prior knowledge of the role. Management is a combination of science, art, and profession, making it a practice rather than a single entity. Myths about management skills. The book debunks 3 common myths about management skills. Firstly, it argues that leadership and management are not separate skills, but rather that good managers must also be good leaders. Secondly, management is not a profession but rather a craft that one learns by doing. Finally, management skills do not change with time, as management is about human behavior which remains consistent. The book also sheds light on some interesting folklore about managers. Contrary to popular belief, managers do not rely heavily on formal systems for their work and information. Instead, they depend on word-of-mouth communication, which is often faster and more efficient. Managers are action-oriented and are constantly in motion, dashing from one task to another. Lastly, good managers are not strictly hierarchical in their communication and decision-making. Lateral relationships with colleagues and associates are equally crucial in achieving organizational goals. The book aims to dispel some prevalent myths about management and leadership to help readers understand better the skills required in these roles. Mastering management. A manager's roles include achieving unit goals and ensuring their direct reports' optimal performance. The CEO oversees large organization divisions, while management entails several tasks like controlling, doing, dealing, thinking, leading, and deciding. Management is split into 3 spheres involving information, people, and action, transitioning from theoretical to practical and interpersonal. Essential organizational skills for managers. Effective management requires the mastery of 5 key skills dubbed as designing, delegating, designating, distributing, and deeming. Managers are information nerve centers of their units. To lead, the manager must communicate transparently with both the team and external partners. This book's message is that good management requires a blend of art, craft, and science, whether in a single manager or a management team. By observation and communication, managers acquire the information needed to direct their team to take action and ensure employees have sufficient information. The role of managers. Managers are responsible for creating a unified team, developing individuals, and promoting organizational culture. They also act as spokespeople with external contacts and safeguard employees from outside influences. As energy centers of their units, they motivate employees and build strong relationships with the outside world. A good manager must conduct information flow to and from the department, lobby on behalf of the unit, and promote the team's interests. Effective management strategies. Managers should be able to identify opportunities and handle disturbances. They solve complex problems by analyzing the situation, developing coalitions, negotiating, and gaining approval for support. Management involves promoting, leading, and supervising action. Managers frame their unit's tasks, strategize, and make decisions to establish the context in which employees work. Effective managers establish a schedule that brings the team's project to fruition. The unit's activities and reason for being are determined by the schedule. Anyone affected by management should be aware of these practices. Essential traits of effective managers. Effective managers possess a dynamic balance of competencies and traits such as planning, communication, collaboration, and the ability to bring about change. They draw from their practical experience with a determined attitude and involve others in their initiative. Managers must also possess the capacity to mobilize others and process information through analytical and learning skills. The development of these competencies results from experience, leading to a unified expression of managerial competence that reflects a lot of energy and aptitude for scheduling activities. Managing in different ways. Managers' work varies greatly, depending on their organization's nature, industry, size, level in the hierarchy, and location. Although managers need the same competencies, tenure and seniority, culture, temporary pressures, and personality influence what they do. A manager's sector, government, business or nonprofit, does not define their skills or activities, and substantial variation exists within sectors. Industry, scale, and scope determine a manager's role, especially at the ground floor production level. A company's philosophy of management has little influence on the work its managers carry out. Personal style also plays a vital role. People with different personalities approach the same job differently. Nonetheless, personal style is mostly about how managers act rather than about the particular actions they take. A balance should be struck between reflection and action so that work can be properly done without being thoughtless. Maneuvering managerial challenges. Are you a manager struggling with various challenges? Don't worry, you're not alone. Managers encounter problems like superficiality, planning, delegation, order, confidence, decision-making, ambiguity, change, and juggling numerous problems simultaneously. The syndrome of superficiality arises from time constraints, forcing managers to resolve issues superficially rather than comprehensively. Similarly, the predicament of planning seeps in when managers fail to draft long-term strategies. Delegating tasks provides an opportunity for shared information and expertise extended to your direct reports. The enigma of order identifies issues managers face while establishing a functional structure. Clutch of confidence paves the way for self-assurance without being arrogant. Ambiguity of acting highlights the importance of decision-making in complex situations. The riddle of change advocates for a judicious balance between change and continuity. Ultimately, the biggest conundrum lies in responsibly and intelligently juggling all managerial issues, knowing that you may not always fully resolve them. By breaking down complex jobs into discrete tasks, applying on-the-spot strategies, being directly connected, considering skills, personalities, listening to feedback, being selective in decision-making, and creating a feeling of stability, managers can maneuver these challenges.
As we wrap up our journey through Henry Mintzberg's Managing, the main takeaways are unearthing the true nature of management as a practice, not confined to being a science, art, or profession in isolation. Recognize that managing includes leadership and that experience and context play a crucial role in decision-making. Keep in mind that the managerial craft operates across three planes: information, people, and action, requiring an amalgamation of traits, skills, and adaptability. By developing these key competencies and embracing the dynamic, multifaceted environment that management encompasses, you can rise above the myths, master the art of problem solving, and set yourself on the path to success.